As a leader of any organization, you struggle with getting your people to want to be more driven, right? Today I'm going to talk about how to get the person who is content and lazy to be extremely competitive and hardworking. I'm Patrick Bedevi, your host of Valuetainment Weekly, and you know, a lot of times as leaders, we tend to forget how terrible we were at one point, right? We tend to forget how lazy we were at one point, or how lack of discipline we had, or maybe we lacked competitive or drive, and there was somebody in our life that kind of injected that thing in us to want to go out there and compete and have a strong work ethic. And what I've learned over the years of having coached tens of thousands of people is there's literally 4 different levels everybody falls under, okay? Lowest level of person, okay? They are extremely content and they're extremely lazy. So it's a content, lazy person. So what do you do with somebody who is content and lazy? Well, normally there's not a lot of stuff you can do for that person. What usually ends up happening for them, no matter how many books and stuff you give them, they tend to stay content and lazy. You wonder why. Majority of the time, this is 99% of the time, a life-changing event changes their habits. Either a girl breaks up with them, either they lose everything they have, either they go into debt, either somebody passes away. Something dramatically happens in their lives where, boom, they wake up. It happens to everybody. It's happened to all of us at one point, right? So then the third level of person you could be working with in your organization is somebody that's very competitive. I'm talking about they're super competitive, but very lazy. Okay, this is somebody that every time you give an initiative and you talk about one person or you give recognition to this one person, they are going nuts, but they don't take action. So you're glad on one side because they're so competitive, but you're upset on the other side. Why are they so content? So what do you do with this person here? What this person normally needs, what they normally need, they need to make a decision already, and 2, they need to have a lot of urgency in their lives, knowing they don't have a lot of time left. Those are 2 things the person who's competitive and lazy needs. The third level is somebody that's content. They're not really that competitive, they're totally content, but they're the hardest working people you have in your group. Isn't that sometimes confusing where you're like, this person is so content, they're always happy, but they work the hard, they show up early, they leave late, but they're very content. Why are they working so hard? You know what that person needs? You know what that person needs? Here's what that person needs. That person needs a bigger environment. They need an environment to be able to compete and see other people and how they're doing it and all that stuff. So sometimes they simply need a shift in an environment. And the second thing they need is they need to start feeding their minds with more books and biographies on thinking bigger, doing bigger. Normally they're thinking too small because they're content. They need to start thinking bigger, and normally that environment will do that for them. And last but not least, your favorite kind of people you'd love to have in your organization. This is what makes any organization a winning organization, is competitive and hardworking. Competitive and hardworking. So someone might say, well, they really don't need anything, right? No. These guys definitely need things. And what is it? Number 1, they need to be recognized for their efforts. They need to be recognized for their efforts. And they need new challenges. Because if they themselves don't sit down after they get, oh, I'm going to do this, boom, they go get it. I'm going to go achieve this, I'm going to go get it. If they don't themselves take a time out and say, what are my next 3 things I want to go get? Maybe it's $100,000 in savings. Maybe it's $1 million in savings. Maybe it's a car, a house. Maybe it's a vacation. Maybe it's a money to charity. Maybe it's something they want to do for their mother, their father. Maybe it's a new milestone in business and life. If they don't have new challenges in place, they can at any point go from level number 1, which is competitive and hardworking, to level number 2, which is content and hardworking, because they've achieved their milestone. So you need to look at this level, these 4 different levels here. 1, identify where you rank yourself, and 2, put your top 5 best people on that list and know what they need, and equip them with the values that they need for them to work on in order for them to get to the next level. It's your job as a leader to do that if you want to advance your organization. It's my message of the week to you, and please click on the link to go to my website, patrickbedevi.com, and be sure to subscribe to our weekly newsletter.